Hi girl, welcome. My name is Joy Harrington. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about how I got started with all of this, but first, I'm a wife and mom. I live in Denver, Colorado with my husband Peter and our two kids, Simon and Scarlett. This really all began when my marriage fell apart back in August of 2015. My husband was away on a business trip and I discovered a pornography addiction. I would later realize it was an addiction that had led to him acting outside of our marriage. I was completely devastated. I had seen some symptoms of trouble, but I hadn't realized the depth or the addiction that was there. And I was completely shocked and felt like the rug was pulled out from under my feet. After being a mom of a toddler and a hard baby and struggling with postpartum depression, to now find this, I was just completely burnt out and done. And I told him that, and we pretty much separated and I was ready to file for divorce. Ultimately, he did end up finding a counselor who specialized in this and he got to work on himself. And we've been able to work things back together in an amazing story of healing and redemption and recovery, but that's a whole other story. Ultimately, back after I finished my long grieving period after discovery, I realized something. I had a pretty big realization that while I watched him doing all of this hard work on himself, and while I saw our circumstances changing, I was still a really unhappy person. And I didn't know it at the time, but it actually was indicative of something that had been a theme in my life all along. I had been that person for years that always waited on other people or circumstances to change in order to make me happy. And it kept me going from one thing to another. I was actually a chronic job hopper looking back. And I think it was just my attempt to keep myself happy and learning. I did get bored, but I definitely wasn't taking responsibility for growing myself and changing myself as a way to take care of my own happiness and my own joy and that. So when I finally came out of this stage and realized, oh my gosh, even if he does everything right, even if he completely changes, even if our marriage totally ends up together, I still don't like me. I'm not a happy person. That's when I knew it was time to get to work on me. It was time to level up. And I actually thought of these people I saw doing Beachbody online because I saw them growing as people. I didn't just see them building a business or getting fit. Both of those things were nice. I saw them changing from the inside out. And I knew, hey, I'm gonna start there because I'm not quite ready to do counseling yet or things like that. So I'm gonna start there. And I had this wild idea to jump in and join Beachbody. So I did. I joined Beachbody and I decided to become a coach. And I started working the business and reaping all the benefits of growing and seeing my life slowly but surely level up. Fast forward a couple of years, the beginning of 2019, it had become such an overall theme in my life, I decided to name my team Level Up Babes, because I've realized the secret to life, the secret to people who want more, the secret to women who aren't satisfied with the status quo and who do want more joy and more happiness and more fulfillment is leveling up. We want to always be leveling up in our whole lives. I completely believe that there is a person inside of us that is that future successful version of us that we just haven't tapped into yet. You have no idea your potential yet. You haven't even begun to scratch the surface. She's inside of you though, and it's your job to get to work to plant that seed, water it, grow it into a plant, see it produce fruit, and in so doing, become that future successful version of you. You know, the Sasha Fierce version, as Beyonce would say. Yeah, she's inside all of us, and we bring her out when we choose to go to work and level up. So with that in mind, I'm gonna describe to you what a level up babe is, because she's not just like anyone. She's someone that is not content with the status quo. She wants more for her life, and while she might have been ashamed or embarrassed to admit that in the past, she no longer is, because she knows she's not okay with where things are at and with continuing on in the same way. That's how I was back with my marriage and everything. I knew, you know what? I'm not okay with this, and I'm not okay with just getting past this and just surviving. I want to thrive. She's someone that has always known she's a little bit different. She doesn't totally fit in with the crowd. She's a little weird, and she's okay with that. She's fairly comfortable in her own skin. She wants to be liked. She wants to have friends, but she's also okay being somewhat of a loner. Although not a loner in the fact that she avoids community, she just knows she's different. She also has had that voice inside of her that's telling her she's different. I remember as a kid asking my mom, what's my thing? What makes me different than anybody else? Because I knew there was something inside of me that made me different, and I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be just like everybody else, and I wanted to find out what my thing was. That's what you're going to do when you decide to level up. So a level up babe is someone that's powerful, she's influential, people trust her, she's consistent, she's confident, and she's a major connector. She loves to connect people from different social circles that maybe would never have met each other otherwise. She's great with people, she has awesome people skills, and she really does have a purpose and a desire to live out something bigger in her life. She might be a wife, she might be a mom, but she wants to do something in addition to those things. She wants to know that at the end of her life, when she looks back, she has no regrets. She used it all up, and she can stand before her creator and say, I used everything you gave me, and I hopefully became the person that you designed me to be. So if any of that resonates with you, if that sounds like you, I think you might be looking for our team. Girl, we have been looking for you. You need to reach out to me right now because our team is all about leveling up. That's why I gave them the name. We are women of all different ages and stages. We're passionate about different things, but we all know that we want more. We don't just want to settle for an okay life. We don't want to have to say no all the time because of finances. We don't have to ask our husbands for money. I hate asking my husband for money. We want to take our kids to Disneyland. We want to help pay off debt. We want to help get that dream house. We have big plans and ideas and dreams, and we want to help make them happen. So if that's you, send me a DM. Like I said, you're going to love meeting our team. I cannot wait to connect with you, girl, because it is time to level up, babe.